Go ahead. Tell me what you thought about Brian Norman's performance.
I don't even want to talk no more, man.
I hear the button right here.
Now, so with Norman, you know, early on, he was very vulnerable with that left hook. His head was on the line the whole time, and he was getting caught. He was getting caught with it, and he showed vulnerability with that left hook because his head is on that line, right? But it shows a lot of maturity for his part to adjust, and instead of kind of being right on the pocket and getting hit with that hook, he boxed. He saw opportunities to throw that jab, and that jab was just amazing, fantastic, whatever you call it, man. That was good. The adjustment and maturity that he showed by boxing and not getting hit with things was brilliant, you know. And a lot of people are going to look at it, especially like say Brian Garcia is going to keep throwing that left hook, right? But because of that jab, they're going to be afraid to throw the left hook because the jab is always going to land first before the left hook is, right? Because it's right down the middle, same thing with straight. But I was very impressed in his maturity in adjusting and figuring out his opponent and just moving around and taking his time, right? And when he hurt the guy, he just went for it, you know, going under, going over, and not throwing the same punch. So I was very impressed with what he showed today. He got hurt a little bit in the beginning, but...
You think?
Oh, he got hurt.
The body shot?
No, he got hit with the left hook in the beginning.
Okay.
You saw he stumbled a little bit, you know, but again, it showed his maturity by adjusting in the next round. He boxed well. He was very patient until he was able to land those big shots right down the middle, and he did. And now, you know, very, very, very impressed with him.
What advice would you, future Hall of Famer, give to a young champion? He's currently the youngest champion in boxing right now. What advice would you give Brian?
He has a lot of speed too, which he didn't, and a lot of power. But I think using that feint, because he has a strong jab, so everybody's always gonna fall for that feint. When he uses that feint really well, I think that jab is gonna be a key to just hitting his opponent with everything that he wants. You know, he'll set everything up with that jab, set everything up with that feint, and he'll be able to land those big shots. And one thing is, he can't force a punch. Like there was a time when he did a couple leapers
with the left hook, right?
We call that leaper.
Yeah.
So he did a couple leapers in there that could be dangerous for him to get caught with something big.
Yeah.
So something that he had to choose by feinting, by throwing that jab, by throwing it under, over, you know, up and down, level change. But that's something that he has to learn to do. And I believe that when he learns to feint really well, I think that he'll be more of a complete fighter.
Thank you so much. Talk to us about what you got going on. Are you training guys?
I'm training guys, but at the same time, I'm also looking for a fight. You know, nobody.
Oh, I'm right here. I'm right here.
Yeah. 2-second man. Bam, bam. Where you at, Mark? Where you at, Mark?
Stop,
And
man. I
in
got
your
more
head,
than 2
in
seconds.
your head, you're gonna be like, Nonito, the Filipino Flash. Nonito.
Just kick my
Champion
ass.
again.
My dog. Hey, plug your social media for the people who don't know, so we can tell them how to reach you.
Nonito Donaire on Instagram, Filipino Flash on Twitter, and
talk to us about Best TV too. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Best TV. We do a lot of stuff out there, content, interviewing fighters, getting into the depth level of a fighter and who the fighter is. So I would love to sit down with Brian Norman one of these days and just get into his head in terms of like, so that people can see who he is.
Pause. Get into his head. I set that up for him, man. I set it up for you.
Well, get into his head in terms of who he is.
I set it up.
You know, who he is, so that people can see who the real Brian Norman is. Not just the fighter, not just the power puncher or the boxer or whatever it is, but the person that people will learn to respect and how he became champion.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you so much for your time,
Yes, sir.
man. You one of the best that ever did it, my dog.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Appreciate you.